Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Reeltv. On our show, we report and discuss the latest movie news and bring you the scoop from behind the scenes in Hollywood. I'm your host, Connor Smith.
And I'm also your host, Lindsey Lorifus. And today we'll be discussing comedy television shows. There has been a surge of new comedy TV shows this past year, and there were so many awards in particular for Anna Faris and Allison Janney, who are in Mom. And it's a fantastic show. Anna Faris, she's hysterical. I love her to death. She was in just so many movies, like the Scary Movie series.
Yeah.
She was great in that.
I've not seen Moms. I've heard it's funny, though.
Oh, it's really funny. It's just great. Just their interaction on film is just magical. I love their chemistry. And I personally wouldn't have chosen those two actresses to be in that kind of situation together, but I love them. They're fantastic.
I really like both of them. I think, so on this we're going to talk about sort of brand new comedy shows, but also old favorites. If you're looking for a great comedy to watch, we're gonna give you some. So, Moms, what other comedies do you watch that are currently airing that you just love?
I love the Goldbergs. Oh my goodness.
I've heard that's good.
Yes, it's fantastic. It takes place in the 80s, and it's such a wonderful decade. I think it had so many gems of things that were occurring, like with the video games that they did back then and the music and everything like that. And I love the show because they dress in the style of the 80s, of course. And so, oh no, my microphone is falling. 1 second. There we go. And so it's just great to see this family interacting, and it's fun to know that Adam F. Goldberg, who produced the show, directing it, everything like that, he basically took footage from when he was growing up in the 80s and is turning it into this television series.
I heard it's very funny.
It's just great. It's perfect.
Yeah, I watch a lot of comedy shows. I think my favorites that are currently on the air, maybe not the best, but the ones I always get the most excited about watching. Mostly NBC. I love Parks and Rec. I love Community. I used to love 30 Rock and The Office. Those are gone. I love The Middle on ABC. I like Modern Family.
I recently got into Modern Family.
It's very funny.
Yeah, it really
I think
is.
It kind of went downhill a couple years ago, and it's still kind of in that downhill craze. But seasons 1 through 3 are golden. That's comedy gold, and I think they're going to keep winning gold awards, really. But,
exactly.
What else? I think I said Cougar Town. I love Cougar Town. I think it's almost funny that animated shows nowadays are just as funny for adults as they are for kids. And adult cartoon shows. I still love South Park. That's been around forever. Archer, really raunchy spy cartoon. And also this quirky little show on Disney Channel called Gravity Falls. I love. It's so silly and irreverent. No one knows about it, but it's on demand and you can find it somewhere. It's hilarious. Gravity Falls. Those are kind of my recommendations. What do you think of the brand new comedies that premiered this year?
Oh, I love The Millers. It originally was canceled in early January 2013. They weren't going to let the pilot air and stuff.
Really?
Which I thought was pretty interesting because it has wonderful actors and actresses like Margot Martindale and Beau Bridges
Will Arnett,
Will Arnett and everyone. It's just a great cast. But I'm so glad they let it air because I think it's a wonderful show. It's just really funny. And even Beau Bridges and Margot Martindale, they've also been on Masters of Sex, which Allison Janney is on too. All these comedic stars are coming together to be on such a serious, dramatic show, and Allison Janney was nude in one episode, which I was not ready for. I was like, wow, okay, this is really intense.
Scarred for life.
Exactly. But it's just interesting to see that transition from comedy to these serious, dramatic roles.
Yeah, I watched a couple comedies this year. I feel like this pilot season, all the shows that I was really excited for disappointed me, and the shows that I was like, I'll watch one episode, I loved. These were the shows I was really excited for, but they all really disappointed me. Michael J. Fox show, I thought it would be really funny. It was actually really, really lame. The Crazy Ones, I thought would be really funny. Yeah. I didn't really enjoy it. I know a lot of people do, but maybe not my thing.
I was super excited for Robin Williams to come back to television. That's where he got started,
I thought it was sporadically funny. The McDonald's song was really funny, but it just didn't grab me. And maybe future episodes got better, but I didn't really stick around. I really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's the show with Andy Samberg. It just won Golden Globe for Best Comedy. Such a talented ensemble cast. It's by Michael Schur, who did Parks and Rec. He wrote for that show. And this is just, it's very much so The Office. It has a really quirky ensemble cast, as I said, and kind of the dynamic of The Office, and they go solve cases. Yeah, it reminds me of The Office a lot, and I think that's why I like it.
I didn't really have high hopes for that, but I'm impressed
I
that
mean,
it has done
I was
so
gonna
well.
watch an episode, but it was really funny, and I stuck around for it.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other shows I keep up with. Oh, I think there's some really great dramedies out too. One of I guess I can say this. I don't think I'll regret it. My favorite show currently airing on network TV is Parenthood. It has really dramatic moments, but it's at its heart, it's kind of a tender sort of comedy. It's not. I guess it's more of a dramedy. I'm kind of contradicting myself, but it's very funny, but it's also really dramatic, and it's all in all the best show currently airing on network TV. And also, I just recently started watching Showtime's show Shameless.
Yes.
And it's very much so a family dramedy as well. It's really funny, and not Michael J. Fox, William H. Macy is hilarious. The show is, she's amazing.
Oh.
It's really dramatic, but it also has really funny moments too. And I think I just really enjoy both of them because I come from a big family, so I really love all the big family shows that are on TV.
I would probably put Girls in the dramedy category too, because like it has gotten so many awards. I have this clipboard here with like just lists of all the awards they've gotten, like Primetime Emmy Awards and Television Critics and everything. And like that show is just
I've never seen
on
Girls,
fire
but I
right
need
now.
to.
And I just love it to death. And
What's it about? Girls in New York?
it's about girls in New York City, and they're in their mid-20s, and they're going through just things associated with that, like paying bills and finding jobs, and do I stay with this boyfriend? Do we get engaged? Do we, like, where do we go from here?
Reminds me, is it kind of like Sex in the City?
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit?
Yeah, for our generation.
Yeah, I've heard it's very, very funny. Also on HBO, I love the show Veep.
Yes.
It's
love Veep
so
much.
funny. You watch it?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know you
so
watched
funny.
it.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, goodness.
It's so funny. It's so funny. That's another show that kind of reminds me of The Office almost, with this great ensemble cast. And I think that's what makes a great comedy, really, to be honest, is a great ensemble cast. And I mean, a lot of comedies kind of have 2 characters or 3 characters, like Moms. But I think the comedy shows that are the biggest on the air, Big Bang Theory, what else? Big Bang Theory, Modern Family, the really top tier comedies have huge ensemble casts. And I think that's kind of what makes a comedy so successful.
Exactly.
But Veep has a great one. I think HBO has some really good comedy shows. I think I don't know if comedy's like at its peak, because I think there's always ups and downs. Like NBC is not really that. They have a lot of really failure comedies right now, failed comedies, and CBS has like 10 great ones. So I think it kind of goes up and down depending on the network, really.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's sum everything up. If you had to give 3 recommendations for 3 comedy shows to our loyal audience, what do you think they should watch, comedies?
Okay, first, The Goldbergs. Love it. It's just magical and cute and adorable, and it has a great moral to the story, and the narrator, he's precious. He's like 12 years old and just like the cutest thing ever, so you have to watch that. Probably Girls would be my second choice, because it's really relatable for college-age students, and good information, good. It's wise. It's wise for our
I haven't
age.
seen either of these, so I'm going to have to take your recommendations.
Yeah, I recommend that. Third one, I'm probably going to, I'm stuck between Mom
can say them both.
and The Millers. Okay, yeah.
I haven't seen any
I
of
really
your
like both
shows.
of them. Okay, I really recommend them because it's just a fun time. If you want to sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and laugh, watch those shows.
Mine would have to be, if I'm going to recommend 3 comedy shows, I wrote down some. Which ones do I want people to watch really badly? Not the ones that everyone already watches, really. I would have to go, my number 1, this is kind of not in order, I guess, but I'm going to say Parenthood, because that show makes me laugh, it makes me cry, it makes me so emotional, but on so many levels, and I love everything about that show. 2 is Gravity Falls, because it's just so off the radar, and it needs to be on the radar, because it's just amazing. And then 3rd, I might have to go with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because it's sort of starting, it's very new, and it doesn't have a huge audience yet, but I think it's a show that if more people knew about it, or at least watched it, I think it would get a more loyal audience. And it also is airing after the Super Bowl, so, I mean, Super Bowl has 100 million viewers every year, so that's a really big spot.
I feel like it could become a cult classic.
Yeah, I know it's going to get renewed. I think it's going to be great, but We are going to take a quick break, but stay tuned, and when we come back, we'll give you the Hollywood buzz and later some trivia.